pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning, guys.
Morning. Morning.
Consider approval of minutes and agenda. A chance to look at them.
Yep. Make a motion to approve the minutes and agenda.
I'll second the motion. Motion from Jens Vold and a second from Dury to approve the minutes and agenda as presented. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. 9 a.m. Discussion possible action on insurance agreement with Winnebago Workmen's Association. So we had discussions with Mike Galloway yesterday, and some of the issues we ran into was because of the change in the laws, it's hard to make it fair across the board and affordable within the whole county. Mm-hmm. So we can't really single out the Workmen's Association because it's not a negotiable item, and we kind of did you take it that way that it's kind of just not feasible for us to offer it to everybody?
Yeah, well, and we have to. If we offer it to you guys, we have to offer it to everybody.
And one of the discussions we had was, you know, in this last negotiation for a three-year contract, we felt like we gave you 3.5%, 3%, and 3% over the next 3 years, and kind of felt like that was a compensation for knowing you couldn't get that other benefit. Because, you know, the CPI is only about 1.9, so you were already quite a ways above this year above what the CPI is. Mm-hmm. So you did front load the system when you started at 80% to 90% to 100, but you know, we kind of felt like we tried to make it up for it through that increase that we put into your contract. So leaving that meeting, I don't know where you're at on it. In that meeting, we can't indicate how we're going to vote, but I think the feeling was that it'd be a challenge to offer it to the whole county. That's not saying that we wouldn't year by year look at it like we have the last 2 years, but it wouldn't be any 2.5 year insurance thing, because that in itself is really hard to justify. Whereas, like this year, we offered the 1 year insurance
For early retirement.
for early retirement. So does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of makes sense, but like, I mean, you offered a 1 year retirement to like people that has never paid into anything. I mean, we did this since '97. I mean, we've paid in a lot of money into something, and then.
But you got to look at it. Okay, so if you're taking.
Well, I understand the law changed and stuff like that, and I mean, you got to offer it kind of everybody. But like Galloway talked, like when we were on the phone with him that one day, that he was working on with one county on like how they grandfathered in people that did something. I mean, isn't that a possibility? I mean, you got like 13 guys that.
The issue with that is that if we allow you guys to, in a sense, because the new employee always pays for the old employee going out, in a sense.
Yeah.
And, well, there'd be no new employees coming into it. So then, I mean, it would be and that was talked about, you know, whether we should reimburse or whatever, but it would be really expensive to the county to do that.
I feel like you guys gonna bitter group of guys. I mean, that everyone that's paid into it hasn't got it. I mean, we're just coming around to where some of the guys that have paid into it would start getting it. Now it's gone.
So you can't, in our eyes, you really can't say that the full 20% first, when you're first hired, goes towards that. There's also a probationary period when you're hired.
But that's what it is. That's what the 80, 90%, it's not, it never said anything about probationary. It was for this retirement.
But there's always a probationary period when you're hired, to make sure you're going to work out.
But in the resolution and in the contract, it never said probationary. It said 80%, 90%, and this is going towards insurance. So in a contract and in a resolution, it never said anything about probationary. So, I mean, if you go back to that, I mean,
It appears that the guys have started with probationary periods, but it seems as the wages were unrelated. The reduced wage, I guess. At least since that resolution was drafted in the late 90s.
And each contract is only for the, time period of the length of the contract. And, this contract had ended, and law had changed, and we just don't see a way we can offer it and be fair to the rest of the workers and not get sued. Because of the fact that, we have all men working on the roads, it may come back to somebody else gonna complain that it's a gender discrimination. That it's not offered to, say, women in the courthouse or in the nurse's office or whatever. We would set ourselves up for a lawsuit by, singling that out. We just can't afford to do it for the whole county.
There's more to it than just the money aspect of it. Would we get sued? Mike Galloway seemed to be cautious of that, or leery of it. And it was discussed, do you make it a benefit for all of them? It's hard to give away extra benefits for everybody when budgets are tight.
So we're kind of stuck on that. What we came up with, was, instead of the 80, 90, 100, maybe just go with the 90, 95, 100, just as probationary. What was your thoughts on that?
Well, I think that's what a lot of places do.
a lot of places just do a 6-month probationary deal.
It's a 6-month probation too.
Do you think 6 months is enough time to know if a worker's gonna?
I think with most employees, it'd be,
They're up to speed by the time they get to 6 months in.
yeah, I think it'd be prudent to have the ability to extend it if necessary.
What are the steps in the sheriff's department? As far as
I couldn't tell you off the top of my head.
the probationary, when you hire, and then what is the step where they go up to the next?
When they get through the academy.
You can't compare us to that. I mean, they have to go to academy. I mean,
I'm
it's,
just curious.
you can't, it's,
They have to be through the academy within a year of their employment.
And yours is mostly training on the job.
training on a
Which the
job
academy
required.
is essentially training on the job.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, it's-
it's not apples to apples. That's what you guys are trying to do, is compare everything to apples, and nothing's the same. I mean, people in the courthouse are different than us. I mean, it's not all the same. We don't do the same thing. We're a total different group. That's why it's secondary roads department.
Yeah, but everybody likes to have the same benefits as other people. I mean, it's nobody likes to get the short end of the stick, so it doesn't matter what office you're in. You gotta have policies that are across the board in a sense in order to have the appearance of fairness, I guess. So,
Well, I guess we could shorten the time period to 6 months for the probationary. So then maybe go 90% to start and 100% at 6 months if they make it through the probationary.
Isn't Scott the one that put the 90-95 though? I mean, he's recommending
But
it.
it's our
No,
contract.
I am not recommending that. I said we did some research into what was common practice before the workman's contract was put into place.
Yeah.
This is our contract with the Workmen's Association. So, what do you think about that?
so, I'm fine with that, I guess, as far as.
So I guess that's what we would put back to you, that we go to the 90% to start, and after 6 months, it'd be the base salary.
So now we're opening up the contract again? Is that what we're doing?
You can just leave it like it is. You
Well, I
just-
mean, I'm just asking, that's what we're,
We're just trying to be fair to you, that we're not gonna do anything with the insurance, because it's non-negotiable item.
no, I understand.
We don't have any way we can, facilitate.
I'm asking like the 90, 95, that's, you wanna put that in the contract that we have
I
as
would
a
suppose it
workman
would have to be
association.
put in there,
And Mike would draw that up.
which we haven't got to find.
We're supposed to let them know what we've decided.
Yeah. Well, something like that, I mean, we're opening up the contract again that we already, well, I mean, it's not signed, but kinda have an agreement on it, but I would have to
Well,
take that back to the
you
other
take
guys.
it back to everybody and discuss it and, come back with it, whether you accept it or want to negotiate or.
It's doubtful you're gonna win anything in arbitration,
Well, but,
because we're actually taking the contract and bettering the contract.
no, I understand, but like, we didn't have that in the contract at all, that was kicked out, and that was just gonna be in the handbook policy, so. And
So that's where we're at, I guess.
So I just wanna make sure we're right. You wanna do 90% for 6 months and then 100? Okay.
Base salary at 6 months, after the probationary period of 6 months.
Right. Are you guys gonna vote on that?
Well, I guess
Yeah.
after.
We want to table it until they've had a chance to,
Well, I think it's almost gonna have to be a motion, so
make
they
a
have
motion,
something
so they
to
have.
vote on.
All right. I'll make a motion for the 90%
For 6 months.
for 6 months, after 6 months, base salary.
And we will not accept the offer of insurance as before.
Retirement.
That they had offered 30 months. That was there. We'll reject that. I'll second that motion. So a motion from Jens Holt and a second from Derby to reject the offer of 30 months of insurance for retirees and go to 90% for the probationary period of 6 months, and then after probationary it'd be 100% of the base salary. Is that it? All right. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All Opposed? One absence. All right,
Thanks.
thanks.
Can you guys skip a few and jump down to maybe 7, and I'll be right back?
Okay, everything else was you?
Yeah.
Okay, we can go 6. Do you have anything on drainage filter? It's not on the agenda. Do we know, are they coming back in? Obviously, I'm one anyway, so we just wait at that. And this is not related to our trustee district, you know, is, the guy that did Harvey to go out to that 12 repair. It sounded like you had talked to one of the guys from Harvey, just go out there last fall, get a chance to get in there. See Matthews was working on that.
Well, I don't mess with that,
Okay,
so Stu would have to get with them and,
okay.
yeah, I don't take care of any
That's
contract.
been the problem, it's just been, just sewer around,
Right, and I know Norm had
and there's flooding going on.
the ditch cleaned out because he had talked to
Right.
Rick Hopper and he got other things to do that, but anything else, I don't get involved.
All right. I'll just check into that myself as an interested property owner.
Yeah, that's fine,
And get in the middle there, I always see like, okay.
right.
Do you have anything else for drainage? That's all I had. So we'll go on to number 7, set final public hearing date for DD 1.
I'm recommending May 14th at 10 o'clock.
Do you know, are they going to be getting out there to do touch up on what failed after they dug it?
That we'd have to ask Rick, because I don't know if.
There was discussion they were gonna, because there's washouts and
Mm-hmm.
probably need to put culvert in here and there, that surface culvert that.
And
wasn't
that's gonna
there
be
before.
over and above the contract.
Right,
So,
but I was wondering, before we set this, if they had some answers, to call Rick on that.
yeah,
See what
because I don't know that answer.
that farmer's asking me about that.
You get some FEMA money for that, for the heavy rain and
It was
stuff?
probably prior to that. It was last fall.
Yeah.
We had a lot of rain all summer long, you know, after he dug, because he did a pretty
The
good
FEMA
job.
event was this spring.
Spring.
We gotta be careful not to stretch ourselves out.
Okay, all right, just curious.
Did it get made worse this spring though?
Well, I didn't really notice more washouts because of the water just sitting there. It might have been a little bit, probably not worth dealing with FEMA. We still pay 25% of it. A lot of people. But as far as I know, where I can see from the road, it looks like most of it was damaged from last fall. Well, I guess I'll set the public hearing date for DD1, final public hearing date, for May 14th at 10 a.m.
I'll second it.
Motion from Derby and a second from Jenzel to set the public hearing date for final hearing on DD1 for May 14th, 10 a.m. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Do you have some, Jeff, do you have any land along that ditch at all?
Oh, we got laterals off of it, or
Just the lateral?
Yeah.
Trying to think. So that'd be up to the sub 1 or whatever.
yeah,
Which, that's a separate, is that a separate hearing we'll have to have on that? Because that's a different contractor up there.
We have the DD1, Lat 2, and Lat 4 already set the public hearing, the finals. I don't recall the date right now. Yeah. The letters went out.
too often.
wondering how do things look on that for cleanup?
That was the guy from yesterday. He did a good job.
Originally, we had some concerns of rocks being piled here and there, but I think they got them cleaned up.
He was selling them. And he got them all.
Okay.
Good. Which is good.
Alright. So open forum. Anybody have anything for open forum? Do you have anything else for open forum?
Yes, we had a new manure management.
Okay, I know what that one is. Mike's district.
North 4 site. So,
I don't think it smelled as bad today, so.
Okay, well, I was taking any chances, I thought it should.
so those are the recommendations from Cindy Garza as far as getting off the advertising.
So,
Yeah, that would be Michael Johnson. His office, they're going from 2,500 to 4,000. So, and he lives right next to it. So. All right, so we need to,
It's not on the agenda.
yeah, we just want to get a handle on it before it disappears by the first of the month. Okay. So we'll check with Mike and see if he wants to be part of that scoring.
So should I just have it on the agenda for next week?
Sure.
Just set the hearing?
Yep. That would be good. It's hard to argue with somebody that's willing to live right next to it. You ready for your subjects then?
Mhm.
All right. Number 3, Scott Miners will discuss secondary road matters.
I don't have anything on that other than what's on the agenda.
There are regression of the roads, snow.
I imagine it's almost taken care of by now.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I mean, the snow might all melt today.
It was melting already when it was on the way.
Oh, sure.
Today was really icy, but, on the east sides of the hills, it was already starting to melt off. So.
Mhm.
I don't know how fast the forest oils are going to come out. Probably slows that process down a little bit.
Take it as it comes. I guess I do have one thing. We have the Golden Plains Wind Farm. They should be starting on some driveway culverts and things like that in the next couple of weeks. So start to see progress from that to access roads and dive into all the construction. Continue to monitor and work with their site superintendent, make sure that they're taking care of the roads as they work.
And who's our go-between on drainage? Making sure they don't, when they do get into the project, that they aren't going to damage any drainage.
Well, I can certainly help field calls if we get calls from farmers out there, make sure that there's a correlation in the project to the
I
problem.
did have a call, a gentleman stopped in actually, and it's gonna go, the driveway to it is gonna go right over 2 tile. And so I talked to Matt DeVay, and he was gonna help take care of that.
We do have all those locations documented, it's in their plans, so they know where they're located,
Roads and turns.
where the tiles are. The tiles show in their maps and their drawings.
He was just worried that the cover wouldn't be as much and.
And I'm assuming that their check for the permit went through.
Haven't got anything back yet.
So contrary to rumors out there, they you have probably
That was,
the funds to do it.
it's a hot issue in Cassuth County. One of the permit check bounced, through the anti-turbine faction over there. That and Winnebago County's taxes went up 20% because of the wind turbines.
All not true.
Well, yeah, that doesn't, we know that's not true,
It
so.
certainly doesn't make sense.
It's one way to manipulate numbers, I guess. We've seen nothing but benefit from the turbines, and they've taken, in our opinion, taken care of the roads.
Yeah, we have very concrete examples of what they've done for us, you know, what those funds have done for us too, so if anybody would like more information on that kind of stuff, we have an open door for that.
Yeah, it's, one of the guys out here have been hauling a lot of rock out into the roads. Is a lot of it going on the gravel roads, or are they hauling it to their?
It's going to both. Yeah, we got quite a bit of things going on in the county from
I
that
see they got a
standpoint.
maintainer out there.
Yeah, a couple maintainers and roller, trucks hauling like crazy, building up the roads and their access roads. So we'll
In theory, they'll be in better shape maybe when they're.
absolutely, yep, and we'll make sure of it. We do have pre-project footage of the roads too, as a tool to help us, you know, with that too. Just continue to monitor and make sure that everything that happens is fixed. And, you know, when you damage the road and haul 6 inches of rock on it, it's going to be probably better shape.
Will they be doing this similar to ITC, where they're responsible for certain roads and there's signs designating what roads they're supposed to use, or?
ITC's has been a little bit different than our wind turbine project out there. We do have haul routes, but it seems as though their empty truck traffic and some of their kind of pickup truck traffic and stuff like that is straying off some of those roads, but they're taking care of those as well. So we do have a delivery flow plan for the Golden Plains Wind Farm, and we'll try to stick them to that best we can. And if things get outside of that, we'll make them take care of those roads as well. Yeah, ITC has also been hauling a lot of rock and take care of roads north of Lake Mills, north and kind of there between Scarville. Same thing. Hopefully we have roads in better shape. Not hopefully, we will have roads in better shape when they leave. We've taken back over the maybe west half of the county for the ITC project. Those have been turned back over, and those roads look good when we took them back over here. Can't remember when it was, a couple months ago, or before winter maybe. Mark's got a good relationship with their foremen and on-site people, so that helps. Everybody's working together.
So now, on the tile end of it, where their access lanes and their turbines go, in their permitting process, they are responsible for any damage under the
Absolutely.
right of way.
Yeah. Any damage to any tile, drainage district or otherwise, they're responsible for fixing it. So if any problem, arises because of their construction, we can help get it fixed.
They have the same crossing fee that we have for ATC.
Yes.
I believe that's 5%.
All right. Anything else for road matters? Consider for approval fiscal year 2020 salaries for county engineer's office. So, Doug's retiring in May or whatever, and you haven't really laid out how you're gonna fill voids there.
We are planning to advertise for an engineering technician with a flexible background and experience from an education and training and experience standpoint. We've seen counties around us struggle to find certified technicians coming in, so many of them have taken either guys from their maintenance crew or people from different types of work and trained them and tried to fit them into their organization. So we've left the job description and posting pretty open to anybody who's interested and has the ability to gain certifications and has mathematical aptitude to do it. Planning to post that job soon. Left a pretty wide range for salary because, you know, if we get an experienced certified technician who is capable of drafting and materials testing and design work and field inspection, all those things, pretty valuable. Or if we have somebody from, you know, construction company, somebody that's an operator, anything like that, they'll have a pretty steep curve of things to learn. So we'll have to make that decision based on our applicants.
Do you see possible flexibility if you have somebody like the last one you described, an operator, that they would be flexible to fill in the winter or something?
I think it's definitely possible.
Because that's a need for us.
Yeah, like I said, the way we'll advertise it, it's possible we could get somebody with qualifications like that, you know, operator, truck driver, anything like that. And, you know, the DOT has guys that go back and forth between technician and snowplow operator. It's possible. Really, we'll really think about a lot of different things as we're interviewing, see where we could use skills of whoever applies.
Then if you hire from within, they'll already have the skills in a sense.
If we were to hire off the crew.
And you'll have to replace that person.
But no, then you have,
Yeah, it's a pretty open-ended on this one. You know, the maintenance crew is, you know, something we've advertised for many times and always get a good pool of applicants. This one's going to be quite a bit different, so I hope we get a good field as well. We'll advertise a little bit wider to the state and through some of the colleges and see if we can track down somebody who's a good fit here.
And these numbers you're presenting are accounted for in your budget then?
Yes. A little bit of a tricky scenario with Doug retiring. He'll have his payout of benefits and things like that that we'll have to juggle a little bit. So.
Any questions on it?
so we just basically took about an average.
Average, yeah. Recommending 3.5%, the average of the elected officials' wages, and also our Workmen's Association, 3.5%.
Okay with it?
Yes.
Take a motion to approve the salary, the fiscal year 2020 salary for the county engineer's office.
I'll second the motion. A motion from Jens Holden, second from Derby to approve the 2020 salaries for county engineer's office. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Consider for approval.
You sign this.
Consider for approval utility accommodation permit for electric upgrades between Leland and Fort City by Lion Energy.
Lion Energy is planning upgrades to their overhead electric system. It has some underground components, but mostly overhead on the gravel road a mile east of Highway 9 going north and south from Leland to Fort City, essentially. Replacing poles and overhead electric is the majority of it. I've reviewed it to make sure that they know where county tiles are, that kind of thing.
Will they be in charge of that road too?
No, this should be a pretty minor project. I mean,
For the shop?
yeah, I don't know if minor project is the right way to describe it, but in relation to transmission lines.
So they
We're
won't
not
be,
gonna be bringing in as many heavy loads.
well, and they're not gonna be repositioning very much the poles,
Most of it seems to be in the same overall location.
so we don't have to worry about the drainage tiles.
They'll be putting some new poles in where there are, you know, they redid the spacing design and that kind of stuff, so won't likely be pull a pole out, put a pole back in. They'll have to drill new holes. So I've told them where the tiles are, but they're all in the right of way that I've described, so we don't have any, you know, it's road right of way already, and it's us accommodating them to install the utilities, so.
Just don't want a pole shut down and do a tile.
I don't want that either. It could very well happen. We'll do our best to monitor, and if problem shows up, we know how to follow up on it to get it fixed.
Tile maps.
Well, I've taken their plans and I have drawn our tile work on them, so they have that and they should know.
They can pull it up and on their phones out there, you actually probably even want to see where their existing pole is. And see know when they're getting close anyway.
Unfortunately, one of these lines, we have a tile that runs down the right of way, so we'll have to be extra careful on that one.
Runs parallel with it.
Yeah. Otherwise, the others are just a matter of trying to locate the tile best they can. And
I'll make a motion to approve utility accommodation permit for electric upgrades between Leland and Forest City by Line Energy.
I'll second the motion. On a motion from Jensvold and a second from Derby to approve the utility accommodation permit for electric upgrades for Line Energy. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
The next page, go in the other direction. There was some lines there, but I don't know if they're gonna work for you or not.
contractor, just the one spot.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you only had it flagged at one spot, so it would make sense.
Try to make it easy for you.
Yeah. It was nice that you said it that way, instead of Eddie approved.
All right, we'll move on down to number 9. Consider for approval auditor's quarterly report.
Yes, I do. Okay.
I'll make a motion to approve the auditor's quarterly report.
Second it.
On a motion from Derby and a second from Jensvold to approve the auditor's quarterly report. All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Oh, aye, yes, excuse me.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. I just didn't want you to catch it in the wrong part.
Yeah,
Consider for approval semi-monthly county claims. I see you got a diamond mower.
Two.
Oh, that's
Two parts.
Oh, 2 parts of it?
Yeah, side mirrors.
Yeah, that's it. questions on it? No. I'll make a motion to approve the semi-monthly county claims.
I'll second it.
Motion from Derby and a second from Jensler to approve the semi-monthly county claims. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Terry, I can't remember when it's been, but we did approve that along with the tractor back a while.
Yeah, that was
I
a
just
while
noticed
back.
it came through now.
Yeah. Most things take a little bit of time to get customized and delivered.
Fresh in my memory on the tractor, we're doing what on that?
That was some new tractor this was going on, right?
The tractor and the mower parts came separate.
Yeah, what are we doing on the tractor again? That was trading one in.
Yeah, I
That was,
believe,
is that the one?
I believe it was the one that was tore down in there, and we traded that.
Yeah, I had to think back of progression of it's taken
Yeah, I
quite a bit of
remember That
time.
was another year of this year. It's been a while.
I believe that's right.
Yeah. I believe it's the one we
Come on.
approved it
Yeah.
last fall or something like that.
Yeah, I suppose it was last fall. We're talking about one of those good Britain ones.
Yeah, it sounded like it was the lemon law was in effect here.
Well, I guess, all we got left is payroll and I'll consider for approval employment contract with county engineer.
Safe to say, one of my least favorite agenda items of the year. So I've given you a draft of my proposed contract and also all of the county engineers' salaries, populations, and years of service for all the other engineers.
You sent that out in an email too, didn't you?
Yes.
I had a question. I was gonna call Ken Abrams and ask him, but like the ones that are shared, I assume they're splitting the salary, but the salaries are all different. You can tell which counties share them.
Yeah,
And,
that's the reason I broke that out for you, because some of it's maybe not, like
Well,
there's,
it shows like they're making 200 and some thousand a year. It shows each county paying them like 121,000 per word. And then Mitchell pays them 120, just short of 121. And you can, by the years of services, well, I know they shared anyway.
Yeah.
So then it looks like this guy's really coming out like a bandit.
yeah, well, the system says fill in these blanks, and
Yeah.
that doesn't really fit very good.
Evidently the blanks don't get filled in exactly the same.
Well, if the blank says, what's the county engineer make, then that's what the number you put in there. You wouldn't put your half necessarily. Whatever, I don't usually,
And the differential between the two counties that share might be the difference between 1 year and the next. One's reported last year, one's reported next year, or whatever.
they should be all current. But in any case, I didn't figure any of those into the numbers, because they're not really.
I've looked at the ISAC numbers, and there's some counties that are on a different fiscal year, it seems like. Depends on how the auditor reported it. I suppose these are all reported by the engineers.
Yeah, by their offices, whoever does that in the office. And some relocate too. Some engineers have relocated in the last 6 months to a year, as is always the case, but some of the salaries would reflect their old engineer rather than their new one.
of those in the south part of the state get by pretty cheap.
Some do, some have trouble filling the spots. It's kind of what we've seen. Some of those counties have had vacancies for quite a bit of time, and they've had some issues with, trying to get the work done without an engineer. You need to either find a consultant to spend his time there, you need to share with another county. If the other counties aren't willing to share, then there's a few options, but they're very limited.
You can hire a private engineering firm, right?
I think it's only temporary
For a project.
to be the county engineer and sign the claims and review it, or, sign all the documents that the engineer needs to sign. Like, Mason's, Sarah Gorda had a gentleman from one of the engineering firms for a while before they hired Brandon over there, but just temporary. Appreciate it.
I'm just about trying to wake up. No problem. It's just that's the old one.
So I've given you the 2017 to 19 contract, and then the new one is just an update sheet, because the rest would be all the same.
What's your thoughts?
I don't have a problem with it, I guess.
So this is just an abbreviated part of it then?
It just says, refer to all the stipulations and bullet points in
Goes
the
back to the last contract.
other contract except for the section 9. Yeah. So unless there's something in the last contract that you're interested in changing, I don't think we've had any discussions about any of it or had any issues come up.
The carryover vacation days, decided to increase them.
Yeah. Vacation days are a way to provide benefits without any hard costs. So for a 2% increase in salary compared to the others, I thought that would be a fair trade-off.
And that's just carry.
Well, sure, I guess I just the carryover in the days per year.
So if you don't use them in 1 year, you want to be able to carry over.
Yeah, it got set up a little differently than all the other employees in the county that accrue now. And they have a maximum balance, but they're continuously accruing, whereas this is kind of a one-time dump per year, and then use it through the year.
How many days are you carrying over?
It's going
Well,
from 15 to 20.
I haven't been carrying over really any.
Just gonna ask that, is you utilized it much so
I've
far?
used, no. Have a traveling spouse now, so I take my time off. It's a valuable thing for me.
section is it that identifies your vacation? Other than the 20 vacation days shall carry over from year to year, 20 days.
Section 9 from the last contract, and
Oh,
same bullet 9. Yeah,
so
you can return that to 15 days if you want. I won't have 15 days at the end of the year, but
You have three weeks right now, right? Is it?
15 days.
17 days for this current fiscal year.
Where does it say that?
In my last contract,
What section?
section 9.
Right here. Oh, there. Good. Right behind that very large number.
Yeah, that was it.
Okay. Now I'm understanding. Well, what do you think?
And it's, and to verify, it's no extra days of vacation, this is just being able to carry
Oh,
on
it's,
work.
it is.
It's extra days.
That's what I was trying to identify.
And I guess I got the carryover from the line before.
Yeah.
So
The long and short of it is 2% per year, 4 weeks of vacation. Tend to have a target on me, so I tried to propose a reasonable raise.
Everybody's got a target. What's your thoughts?
I'll take whatever thoughts you got. I really have had a good experience working here, and appreciate everything the county's done for me. Look forward to working here for a long time. So.
How many days of vacation for the rest of the employees?
I thought there was one extra.
It seems like there's
We get to carry over 30 days. I mean, the max we can have at any given time is 30 days.
30 days.
To carry over.
Well, no, that's the max you can have at any given
Oh,
time.
built up.
Yeah.
So if you don't take any, you lose it after.
Yeah.
30
So
days.
for them, I'm kind of rolling
Mhm.
30 days.
I know I've been here 9 years, I'm looking on the year 10.
Yep.
And I get 5.77 every 2 weeks. hours.
That
Don't know
equates
what
to
every,
Comes up to about 20 days.
So he'd be at this if he was going by policy. Until he gets to that. So he's just bumping himself up to the 10-year level.
You're in year what?
7.
7?
So something that I think we've talked about every time, and even when I was hired, I had 3 weeks of vacation
Where you were.
where I was.
We already gave you the extra week ahead of schedule, I guess. So it's-
yeah, when I started here, I went from 3 weeks to nothing. And I had to work a whole year to get money.
Yeah.
That's just what happens when you start a new job.
Yeah,
And when I started, we had to wait until our anniversary date to get,
I know, that was so harsh.
that was, that was a lot.
It's a little
I
bit,
was glad when they changed
Yeah.
this with the
it's
approval.
outdated, I would say,
Mhm.
old fashioned maybe.
Do you want to table it to get Mike's input at all?
I think he kind of indicated yesterday, you guys can take care of it.
Yeah.
So he told him he couldn't be here twice.
The two of us are in agreement, I guess it doesn't matter what he thinks, right? I hope he's listening.
He kind of thanked God today. He gets to watch us on YouTube.
Yeah, I bet he's not that done yet, I understand.
Well,
And you figure the extra vacation is, kind of taken care of by the rather low percentage raise, isn't it?
That's the thought. I didn't do the calculations, but you know, the average raise, or even the lowest raise for anybody else was 3%, and I proposed 2. So,
You're probably gonna need the extra days. When does that happen?
end of August.
End of August.
well, I guess I'm okay with it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's,
That's when I look at the salary comparisons.
yeah, it's, certainly feasible on average.
Of course, by the time that we get to that number, these will all be higher.
Yeah. Yeah, these more of them on there higher than others.
The only way they're gonna get lower is if somebody leaves and somebody else starts.
Yeah, that doesn't
Other
even
than
seem to
the-
be the trend, is they're hiring higher than they were.
Other than, there's a couple of them on there, like this one has 31 years of experience. Not much higher. There's another one that has like 30 years of experience, is actually lower. Can't remember where that was at. I noticed that last week.
So they must have those guys well trained then.
Yeah. Have maniacal dictators for supervisors, maybe that's
You know,
what we need to
it's
be.
that, or they get maybe some stipends through zoning administrator or something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Some of them do, weed commissioner, zoning administration, zoning administrator, they do.
Any of them do GIS.
Some of the offices do.
You know, that seems to be the wild card in county to county. A lot of different offices do GIS.
Yep,
Assessor does that for us, isn't it?
Some hire it straight out.
And some use it for-
70,000.
some use it for different things.
Well, I'll make a motion to approve the employment contract with the county engineer,
Just presented.
as presented, yes.
Okay. I'll second the motion. A motion from Jeff Gold and a second from Derby to approve the county engineer contract, 2-year contract. As presented. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. I suppose I could just cross it out, put chair, I know my name.
Works
I don't-
for me.
I don't have the title in front of my name, but we all know I run the show.
I'll just put so called behind it.
Yeah, an outdated signature block, I guess.
Yeah.
I'll just, my mistake, adjust it. Sorry, Bill.
It's kind of like that, what I say,
Better sign your lesser name now.
when I wear the pants in the family when my wife's not home, right? Kind of goes along with that statement, when she lets me, yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Yes, or do you want Colin to do it?
You can do it. Fine.
Payroll claims. Too many contracts today.
Get the, what else did I have? Yeah. My staff raises, did you keep your?
Oh. I did. Cause Carla needed to.
Okay.
Can I make a copy and give it to them?
Sure. Maybe she'll want this too.
So how's your job going?
Swell.
Swell, that's a term out of the 50s, must be coming back.
I've been hearing good comments from the community on your covering things.
Oh, I'm so happy to hear that.
You're happy that somebody's there at just about every event. So keep up the good work, I guess.
I don't have the rest of it. For your contract. Or was there just one?
Just one page.
Oh, okay.
References the prior contract.
Oh, I thought it was more, sorry.
Both of those make copies.
So I suppose you'll be there tonight for the big Supreme Court thing.
Is that at the Bowman Fine Arts Center?
At 7. Well, we got invited to an invite only thing.
Oh, yeah, okay, that's,
Do you know who I should talk to about possibly recording it, the oral documents? Do you know who I should talk to?
Steve Bakke would know because he's the one
Okay.
that's in charge of the invite only thing, the
Okay.
Bar Association. He would know. You know Steve? I figured.
Where do I find him?
Walk north on this side of the street. Actually, he was at Sally's a little bit ago, but he's probably back to work now.
yeah,
Doing taxes probably.
he's probably done fine now.
It's like,
Where does he work? At the AR block or?
he's got the office, it's a full block north of this corner.
Okay.
On this side of the street, it's on the south side of the street.
Okay.
On Main Street. Steve Bakke, office,
It'd be on the west side.
west side of it. On this side.
I got what you need.
Pretty much just about across from Sally's a little bit, so.
Across from Wilson Dental.
Okay.
Yep, the center of the universe is Sally's.
So they just travel around with the Supreme Court, and so don't.
Occasionally,
Just people
just to
just see how it
get out
works,
into
or,
the public and, you know, you gotta realize these people are in effect, up for election.
Yeah, no, they're elected officials.
They have to have the approval of the voters that they're doing a good job. It's like, you have to vote them out. You don't want to. Different process.
Fortunately.
That's what they were trying to do with an assessor. They were trying to change legislation to make it so the assessor has to be up for review every 4 years or whatever. And voted
For
on.
review or elected?
Elected.
Not elected. No, it'd be like the judges where you had to be approved. They have a vote of confidence, kind of like the judges.
For some reason I understood it as
As an elected
an
position.
elected position.
Then we would lose Sue, she doesn't live in our county.
No.
You have to live in the county. or-
Yeah, that's why I thought it was just similar to the judges, where you're just a.
For vote
you'd
of
have to
confidence
vote
or whatever.
Yeah.
or-
We would. We like Sue.
She knows what she's doing.
She ever does retire.
Well, at some point, you gotta get a deputy to work into it.
And
Those are kind of like running engineering technicians. Maybe they can share something. Deputy assessor.
deputy engineering technician.
Yeah. Other than their traffic. Might have been invited. Did you email them the invite to that? So you have the information then on the email.
Oh, yeah. I read it, so I was trying to see if I remember it right or not.
I try to do it.
Is it 5:30 when it starts for the invite part?
Five or 5:30. This is social and it-
Yeah.
that's where my clean pants stuff.
And is this something we're gonna have to wear suits too?
I guess it's probably gonna end up being all over the place. Because come 7 o'clock, you'll have everybody there.
I guess if you can represent the county, it shouldn't be just 10 close.
Right. You have to
Dress,
dress.
dress shirt, you talking dress pants too?
I would say close to what you had down at Capitol.
Was for dress pants and decent shirt. I should have, that, and then everyone else had suits on. I should have, well, not everyone else, there was
I usually just throw.
10% of the people didn't have suits on.
I usually just throw a sport jacket on. Forgot to ask Mike if he got my message about this.
Yeah, I was gonna say something to him yesterday and I forgot to tell him too. what do they do that they get overtime at the conservation?
I had blood problems.
It's been hard to have I know when we used to have a class or something and it's extra.
Oh, it's Lisa. Yeah,
Yeah.
she does. She's been doing
Yeah,
this.
she does some
I know on that
training.
Saturday, she did that pollinator thing. My wife wanted to go and forgot about it.
Well, and sometimes they
And
have that
sometimes the kids
stargazing
come
stuff
out
at night, or
and
We've got another one
do-
coming up.
it's for that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's not very often.
And they
No.
may have some funding for that.
I have seen it before, I've wondered. It's awful exciting, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's the thrill of my life.
Mm-hmm.
She's sitting there on pins and needles waiting for you to misfire with that thing.
Yeah, yeah. Get my thumb underneath it or something, and yell, ouch. Yeah.
What was being said. Sounds like the solar field is progressing out there. Have you been out to see it at all, or?
No, not
I
yet.
heard Bernie on the radio this morning talking about it.
Mhm.
I'd like to be done by the 1st of May or something.
Most of it?
On the hill, north of the assisted living
Oh, okay.
field,
It's over there somewhere.
kind of behind our jail.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, I thought it was further, a little further out in the country than
Another road, the city last night had to, there's a road that's been designated there but not improved, so they had to give an easement to the solar people so they can access their property.
You see the ads on the TV for all the people with solar are paying into the grid. There's, must be some kind of legislation that you're supposed to get behind to help make the people that have solar pay their fair share of the maintenance of the grid. So does that mean, yeah, but they only have solar out there, they don't have like wind energy, so wind energy must already pay into the grid.
Is that federal?
I would assume it's something that's beyond, it's certainly beyond the county level, because we've never heard of it. We had to see it on an ad on the TV. But, you never think about the fact that if you're putting electricity out into the grid, that you would have to pay for your fair share of the grid. You think like,
You'd think
I know
that
it-
adding the electricity would be paying your fair share.
in a sense, because I know they don't reimburse at a really good rate. For
Well,
the
I
energy.
suppose what it is it depends on if you're on a net zero crop where you can't make money at it any given month. That's what, I don't know what a line is like, but I think with Heartland Power, you cannot, the best you can do is a zero bill.
Yeah,
And if you're actually making money at it, which some people I know down in Texas, they do this, they actually make money on their electricity, maybe they should be paying it to the grid. And
That would,
I mean, they'd be a really, really small percentage of the grid, but then they should probably give a really, really small percentage of their profits to maintain their share of the grid, I suppose. It kind of makes sense to have it. So, well, I know they don't give you a great rate for your energy that you put into the grid either, the extra energy you.
as a credit, you mean?
Yeah, I've heard that it's hardly enough to even keep it running. Like once you've gotten to where you think you're gonna have the zero bill, you just will shut it off. Probably read that once.
Well, that's if you can get beyond zero.
I know one guy who got beyond zero, but he forgot to turn the wires around on his meter again. Somebody was turning his wires around his meter, so his meter got backwards, so he has a little electric bill. And then they come to read it once, and the power company owed him money. And he forgot to turn his wires around. He left them too long. Yeah.
Oops.
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve the payroll claims.
I'll second the motion. Motion from Jensel, second from DeRee to approve payroll claims. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Did Melissa send you the minutes that indicated that she got the new rate then? Okay. I'll make sure she got it to you. I guess we'll stand adjourned.